Good evening. Welcome to our virtual Wayland Library event. Tonight, we're excited to have Nancy Wynn back with us for a gentle yoga session. Nancy is a health coach and 200-hour yoga instructor. In 2014, she founded Peaks and Poses Trail Yoga to combine her love for yoga and the outdoors. She is excited to help others experience a life of connectivity, balance, and flow through her teaching, coaching, and yoga instruction. Thank you, Nancy, for coming back. It's always nice to have you. I have a couple of Zoom housekeeping notes. First, we are recording this session for broadcast on Waycam, our local cable access channel, and for archiving on the library's YouTube page. I'll be recording Nancy's video only, but all of the audio. Feel free to put any questions in the chat or unmute at the end if you have a question, which reminds me to ask you to mute if you're not muted already. I can mute you all myself, but I'd rather not exert that particular power. This is an egalitarian library. So now that we've got that, I'll give it over to Nancy. Take it away.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Andy. And again, thank you to the Wayland Library for having me back. In the fall or last year, I was doing some chair yoga. So we've come off the chair and now we're going to be seated to start, and it will be your choice. But this is really just sort of a gentle yoga class. It's 45 minutes and we're just really going to try to wind down from our day. So even if you wanted to dim your lights a little bit, I had to keep mine on so you could see me. I did light a candle for you, for myself. I'm not sure if you could even see it, but it's flickering back there. And yeah, you can check me out on my website, which is peaksandposes.com. And if you're somebody who is really interested in self-care, which you probably are because you're here, and I think that yoga is one of the best practices you can do for yourself because it really taps into your own mind, body, strength, energy, clarity, and really can kind of really connect all of the dots. But I am going to be leading on January 19th, next Wednesday, a webinar. It's a free webinar. So if you like free things like I do, check it out on peaksandposes.com. It's called 3 Self-Care Tips for you to have a happier, healthier you in 2022. So this is a great lead in for that. This is going to be once a month, the second Monday between January through May. All right.
So you're going to sit on a chair? We're sitting on a chair on the floor.
Nope. No chair yoga, unless you want to.
No, I didn't want to. I thought you said that. Okay.
No, we moved off the chair. Now we're going to be seated. So I'm going to move myself back. And I am going to sit in a hero's pose using some blocks, but I just want you to find a comfortable seat. But before you do that, make sure you are muted, okay? Because it will just keep down the noise from everybody's home. So we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. And so make sure that you're comfortable, but if you're not at any time, feel free to make any kind of adjustments to your seated posture. All right. So once you are seated, just kind of wiggle your bum around, your legs around a little bit, and just really feel whatever part of your body is touching the earth, and just sort of like let it kind of sink down so you feel that you're getting some support from the earth. And we're just going to take our hands and you can turn them palms facing down and resting them on your lap. And I just want you to close your eyes and just imagine that there's a string attached to the top of your head. That's the crown of your head. And that string is just giving the top of your head a little bit more of a lift up towards the sky. So you bring some length through your spine and greater distance from the top of your head, your crown, all the way down to your sits bones. And then just feel the muscles around your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. Just kind of draw your attention there so that you just feel ease and lightness. Maybe you want to even open and close your mouth a few times, right? Just sort of like moving your jaw around, because it's really kind of amazing where we hold our attention. We all are really different. You might want to even stick your tongue out a few times, in and out or side to side. Just kind of get the tension out of the day from at least your head jaw. And then I'd like for you to take a deep breath in through your nose. And then open your mouth and let it out. Really deep, nourishing breath in. And a long, slow, deep breath out. And we'll take one more just like that together. Inhale through your nose. And then open your mouth and let it go. And then if you can, just lightly close your lips, seeing if you can cultivate the breath going in and out through your nose. If that's not possible, then it could go in the nose and out through your mouth. And draw your attention that spot right between your eyebrows. So even though your eyes are closed, they're not wandering. And then just opening up your senses to see if you can connect with your breath coming in and out. We draw our attention towards the breath again, just to allow some of those thoughts that circle through our head all day long to start to slip away. At least for the next 45 minutes, they really serve no purpose. And I'm sure through your practice, thoughts will come up. That's inevitable, it's human. But once we can be aware that they're there, we can just acknowledge them. And just returning to the cycle of your breath can just bring some greater ease into your mind. Together, we'll take a breath in. And then as you exhale, take your right ear down towards your right shoulder. And just finding that left shoulder blade, just drawing that down towards your left hip, creating a little space along the left side of your neck. Breathing right into that space. And inhale, we'll return our head to center. And exhale, we'll take the left ear to the left shoulder blade. And again, taking that right shoulder blade down towards your right hip. And just creating some length along the right side of your neck. If this feels a little tight, then just bring your head a little bit back up. Maybe you've just stretched your neck a little bit too far. And then inhale, we'll bring our head back to center. And then as you exhale, bring your chin down towards your chest. So we're just opening up the back of our neck, right where the neck meets our shoulders. A deep breath in fills your body with breath. And slowly letting it out. And then inhale, bring your chin back up to center. And then as you exhale, lift your chin up towards the sky, open through your throat. Just allow your head to lay back. Giving the front of your neck a nice stretch. And then slowly return your head back to center. And then if you crisscross with your legs, take your other leg in front. If the crisscross isn't working for you, maybe you want to sit on your lower legs like I am, a hero's pose, or if you even want to come up onto your knees, right? So I'm just giving you some options here. This is your practice, so you have to do what's best for yourself. We'll take another breath in here. And then as you exhale, turn your chin towards the right. just stretching through the head, the neck, the shoulders. Take your chin down towards your collarbone. And feel that lengthening through the left side of your neck, maybe the top of your left shoulder. And then inhale, let's bring our head back on up. And then exhale, slowly bring it back through center, all the way over to the left. Breath in. And then as you exhale, take your chin down towards your collarbone. Inhale a breath. Exhale. And slowly bring your head back on up, and then we'll return it back to center. If your eyes are closed, you can open up your eyes, and then we're all going to come up onto our knees. Give our legs a little bit of a stretch. You can tuck the backs of, tucking your toes, so you get a nice stretch along through the soles of your feet. And then we're just going to cycle our arms around. So we're just opening up our shoulders, doing the backstroke here. Nothing too fancy, but it's really a nice stretch. If you're somebody who's working on a computer, maybe lifting things during the day, driving, let's go the other way. And then we'll bring our hands back to the front. You can release your toes and then inhale, sweep your arms up. As they come to touch, look up. And then as you exhale, bring your palms together and then touch your heart space. So inhale again, a big sweep. This is called a sun breath. You can look up and then exhale, bring your palms into your heart center. Now we're going to reverse that. Palms pressed. Inhale, reach the arms up through the center. As you exhale, turn the palms out and just push the energy down. And then we'll bring our palms back into our heart. So again, just opening up shoulders. And then inhale again, reach them up overhead. As you exhale, turn the palms out and then bring them down towards the earth. And then we'll bring them back into our heart space. Now we'll take our arms at shoulder height and then just flick your fingers. So we're just sort of taking energy from our heart through our arms, out through our fingertips. And now we're going to make some fists with our hands and then rotate your wrists around in one direction. And then we're going to take them the other way. So just some little moves here, focusing in on our joints. And then we'll bring our arms down by our side. Inhale again, a big sweep up. And then exhale, we're going to take a twist to the left. We're going to move with the breath. Inhale, we're going to bring the arms up overhead. You can look up if you want. And as you exhale, we're just going to take them the other way. Start with the breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Get a nice stretch through side body. And then exhale, take it over to the left. Inhale or reach the arms up. And as you exhale, we're going to take them to the right. I'll do that one more time. We're going to add on a bind. Inhale, sweep the arms up. You can look up. Exhale, we'll take them over to the left. Now take this left hand, bend the elbow, and cruise it along your lower back. And maybe you find your hip, maybe you just find your bum. Just allowing that arm to rest on your lower back. And then we're just going to turn our chin towards the left. You can bring your right hand here on your hip or maybe on your rib cage to feel your breath coming in and out. One more breath in here. Breath out. Now we're going to release the arms down. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up overhead again. And then exhale, we'll take them over to the other side. So left hand to the left hip or maybe your rib cage. We're going to bend that right elbow, cruise it along your lower back. Give it a place to rest here. And we'll take a breath in. And then as you exhale, turn that chin over towards your right shoulder. Nice deep breath in here. Enjoy your exhale. And then we're going to release. We're going to shake our arms out, shake your hands out. And then we're going to come on to all fours. I'm just going to turn myself the other way. You can stay right where you are just so you can see a little bit better. And we set ourselves up in, it's called tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, palms spread, so fingers spread wide, knees underneath your hips, and they're about hip distance apart. Now let's tuck our toes, getting that nice stretch, and then just move your hips forward and back. So you just feel a little bit, maybe greater stretch here on the soles of your feet. And then we'll just take one more, sitting our hips back and then bringing ourselves forward. And then we're going to release the toes, and then we're going to tap up the tops of our feet, make a little bit of noise here. And then we're going to quiet the feet down. We're going to take some cow cats here. So when you inhale, your tailbone reaches up. You make a nice arch with your spine, your heart reaches forward, and your gaze looks forward. And then as you exhale, take your tailbone, tip it down, belly to spine, chin to chest, and really round your spine. Inhale, you can reverse that flow, starting with the tailbone. Eventually you'll look up, and then exhale, coming into a cat. And a few more, take it on your own breath. Just start with the breath and allow your body to follow. Just imagine that you're creating a little bit more space in between each of the vertebrae, and that you are creating a nice wave-like movement with your spine. We'll take one more full cycle of breath together. And then we're going to come back to our tabletop. Now bring your knees together and bring yourself back onto the heels of your feet. And we'll reach the arms up. We'll take left arm underneath right, wrap it around. See if you can bring your palms to touch. If not, maybe your palms just stay on your shoulders. Wherever you are, draw your elbows away. Just give them a little lift. Maybe even closing your eyes here and just breathing into that spot right between your shoulder blades. You should be feeling that a little bit in your upper back. You may be feeling it elsewhere as well. And a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Now we're going to release the arms. We're going to come back up onto our knees. Reach the arms up, and then we're going to take right arm underneath left, wrapping them around. So these are called eagle arms. If palms touch, they touch. If not, maybe bring the palms to the shoulders. Drawing the elbows away, give them a little lift. Nice deep breath in here. Exhale. And then we're going to release. You can bring the palms up. Palms can touch. You can look up. Bend the elbows and reach your hands behind you. So you're sending your elbows up to the sky, stretching through your armpit, your underarm. Fingers are reaching back towards the back of your heart. And then interlace your fingers and make a little hammock for your head. So allow your head to rest into your palms. Open up your elbows wide and then start to lift your heart up towards the sky. Chin will lift. And just rest your head here. Feel your hands pushing into your head, your heads into your hand. Just imagine that beautiful summer sun back once again, lying here in your hammock. Feel that broadening across your chest. Breath in and a breath out. Now let's slowly bring our head back to center, reach the arms up, and then palms come into your heart space. Now we're going to come back into our tabletop. We're going to work with our wrists a little bit. So to start, just take your fingers out just 45 degrees. So your fingers are now out towards the edges of your mat, or to your degree. Maybe they don't go all the way that way, but see if you can just move them around a little bit so you get a little bit different stretch in your wrists. Breathing in here and breathing out. Now either stay here or see if you can take your wrists and turn them so that your fingers now are turning towards your knees. They may not go all the way, but see if you can just adjust them a little bit. And if you want to move your arms a little bit forward and back, just breathing deep into the wrists. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then slowly turn your hands back so your fingers are facing the edges of your mat a long way, and then we'll take them facing forward. Now we're going to take our knees out towards the edge of our mat, big toes to touch, and we're going to bring our hips back, and we're going to come into a child's pose, Shavasana. So you can bend your elbows if you want. You're on your forearms. Try and bring your forehead down towards the earth here. This is a resting pose in yoga. So anytime you need to rest or restore, you invite yourself to this pose. You want to move your hips around a little bit, or your rib cage, or you just want to be still. Feel your forehead connected to the earth. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. We're going to come back on up, and we're going to just add a little twist to that. You can move your knees so that they're back into a tabletop. Keeping your right hand on your mat. On an inhale, just breathe your left arm out to the side so the chest faces the left. And then as you exhale, take this left arm and thread it underneath you. Your right elbow bends, and see if you can come onto the left side of your shoulder, the left side of your face. This is just called threading the needle. This is gentle yoga here, so hopefully this feels good to you. If you want to lift your right arm, that's an option. Otherwise, the arm can just stay right here on the earth. And as you inhale, bring some length through your spine. And as you exhale, just feel a little bit of rinsing of your spine. One more inhale here. Exhale. Now on your inhale, let's come back on up. Open the chest to the left. And then as you exhale, we'll bring the left palm down, coming back into our tabletop. Now your next inhale, breathe your right arm up, open your chest towards the right. And then as you exhale, we're going to take that right arm underneath the body, coming back into and thread the needle on the right side. Let's see if you can come down onto your right shoulder, the right side of your head here. Get a nice deep breath in through the inhale. And exhale to feel that twist. And then one more inhale. Exhale to rinse out your spine. Next inhale, we'll come back on up. Just open the chest to the right, lift that arm. And then exhale, we're going to come back into a tabletop. So we're going to try a little balance here. We're going to take our right foot behind us. Keep the toes connected to the earth. Take that right heel back as you draw your belly to spine. And then breathe that right leg up off the earth. It could be a little bit, it could be just up to the hip. The toes point down. And either stay there or maybe breathe that left arm up to shoulder height. A little balance here. Chin is tucked. You can gaze down at your right thumb. Take a breath in. Exhale. And then we're going to release. Left palm down, right knee down. And just move your hips a little bit from side to side. And then we're going to take the other side. So we'll come back to our tabletop. Take your left foot behind you. Toes stay connected. Pull your left heel back. Really feel the muscles of your left leg fully engaged. Draw your belly to spine. Chin is tucked. And then lift that back leg if you can. Otherwise, it just stays right there. Stay here or breathe your right arm up off of the earth. It stays at shoulder height, palm presses down, fingers spread wide. So you really feel some length through your right fingers to your left heel. We're balancing here. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then we're going to release, coming down. Knee down, palm down. Walk your hands towards your knees and bring yourself back up onto your knees. We're going to take our left leg out in front of us. So we're coming into a little bit of a lunge. Just check, make sure your left knee is on top of your left ankle. Right? You might feel a little stretch in the front of your right thigh. Your right top of your foot is down. And let's just reach our arms up. So make a nice big V with your arms. See if you can find your inner thighs. Draw them inward to give your pelvis some stability. And maybe you start to look up. So we're balancing again on right knee, left foot. Slowly bring your head down, bring your palms into your heart center. One little twist here. Take a breath in, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, a little twist over to the left. And shift your gaze over to the left. And then we're going to release. We're going to frame that left foot. See if you can wiggle it back so you're on your left knee. Come up on both knees, and then we'll come up onto our right foot. So we'll make a nice 90-degree angle with our right knee stacked right on top of our right ankle. And again, we'll reach the arms up. And then see if you can find stability here on your right foot, your left knee. Your inner thighs draw inward. Give your pelvis a nice big hug. Bring your shoulders down your back. Maybe take a look up. And as we bring our head back down, gaze is forward, bring our palms into our heart center. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, just a little twist over to the right. Just kind of rinsing out our day here, and nothing too stimulating because we're getting ready for bed. And then we're going to release. Now, let's see if you can frame your front foot, and then we'll come up onto our knees. And then tuck your toes, walk your hands back towards your knees, and see if you can just kind of roll onto your feet. And then start to lift your hips. You might be at the back of your mat. Open up your feet so they're about hip distance. So that's like 2 fists come in between your feet. Bend your knees a lot here. Grab opposite hand to opposite elbow. And we're just going to hang in a ragdoll. Allow the crown of your head to reach down towards the earth. Your hips lift. Your chest comes down towards your thighs. And really feel that deep connection with the soles of your feet. Energy lifting up through the legs. We'll bring a little sway to our upper body. If that feels good for you, maybe you just want to shake your head yes or no. I always like to give my yogis some options here. And of course, if none of that feels right for you, then you make that decision. This is your practice. This is your body. You know what's best for yourself right now. Really, I'm here just to guide you.
And then we're going to come back to center. We're going to release our hands. Now start to walk your hands up your feet. Take it nice and slow. Just give your feet, your ankles, any part of your body a little massage as your hands walk up your legs. Say hello to your calves, your knees, your thighs. When you get to your hips with a flat back, we're going to breathe ourselves on up. And we're going to release the arms down. And we come into a mountain pose. So feet are hip distance apart, arms are down alongside us, palms facing forward. So just standing really strong and connected to the earth. Now on an inhale, you can bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Now as you exhale, just bend your elbows and bring your elbows down towards your hips. And then inhale again, reach them up. You can look up. And then again, as you exhale, just bend those elbows and bring them down towards your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades. We'll take a few more like that. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, we bend those elbows, draw them in. One more. Inhale, you can look up, reach tall. And then exhale, bending the elbows and bringing them in towards your hips. And then we'll release our arms down. From here, let's bring our palms into our heart center. Come up onto your tippy toes. See if you can lift your heels up off the earth. Little toe balance here. And then we're going to bring the heels down. And then inhale again, lift your heels. And lower them down. This time we're going to take a little movement. So lift your heels and see if you can just hop to the front of your mat. And then bring the arms down. Coming back into a mountain pose. And then inhale a big sun breath. Sweep up all this goodness as you exhale. Hinge at your hips. Arms open to the side. And take a nice deep bend at your hips. Reach your fingertips down towards the earth. Bring your palms to your shins. And on an inhale, bring length to your spine. And then exhale, take a nice bow over your strong legs. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, draw your belly to spine. And slowly, slowly, slowly roll yourself on up. Stack one vertebrae on top of the next. Head and neck are last to come up. And we're back in mountain pose. We're going to take a few more like that. Inhale, a big sun breath. Sweep up all the goodness. Exhale, we swan dive, hinge at your hips, and our fingers reach down towards the earth. Palms come to your shins as you inhale. Bring length to your spine, lengthen through your arms, and then exhale, bow over your strong legs. Inhale, bend your knees, exhale, draw belly to spine, and slowly, slowly, slowly roll yourself on up. Head and neck are last to come up. And we're back in mountain pose. One more, just like the inhale, bend your knees, sweep it up, a big sun breath. Exhale, swan dive down, hinging at your hips, fingers reaching for the earth. Bring your palms to your shins. Inhale, we bring length through the spine. And then exhale, bow over your strong legs. Inhale, bend your knees, exhale, draw belly to spine. And once again, we slowly, slowly, slowly roll ourselves on up. Coming back into mountain pose. Now inhale again, a nice big stretch up. Now when you come to the top, interlace your fingers and release your pointer fingers. And then inhale, grow really tall through your side body. And then as you exhale, bend that left knee, and we're going to take a stretch over to the left. Sending that right hip away. Inhale, come back to center, lengthen out the legs. Exhale, bend the right knee, and we'll take a nice stretch over to the right. Reaching your chest up, reaching that heart up. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, palms come into our heart space. Take a breath in here. Now as you exhale, let's just bow over our strong legs. Fingers reach down towards the earth. I'm going to take a little yoga toe lock. Take your first two fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Elbows are bent, palms face in. Open up your feet so they're hip distance or greater. Bending those knees, bring the chest down towards your thighs and allow the crown of your head to reach down towards the earth. Find your drishti, so that's one spot for your eyes to focus. Maybe it's at the back edge of your mat. You want to shake your head out. Yes, like, yeah, I had a great day. Shake it out. Yes, no, no more tension. No more tightness. Try to work some of this stuff out. And then we come back to center. Now let's release our toes. Bend your knees, bring your bum down towards the earth. Let's see if we can make our way down onto the floor. We're going to hold on to our hamstrings, draw your belly to spine, and start to roll yourself down onto the earth. Draw your knees in. Give yourself a nice big hug for being here tonight. Rotate your ankles in one direction, just making some circles. Have them go the other way. And then we'll quiet the ankles down. Let's do the same thing with your lower back. Make some circles along your lower back. Just massaging your sacrum area here. Allowing the blood to flow. Then we can go in the other direction. And then we're going to come back to center. Now lay your right leg long. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. This is Apanasana, wind relieving pose. Nice deep breath in here. Exhale. Really nice stretch to the back of your leg, through your bum. Now on an inhale, bring your right knee in. And then as you exhale, allow your left leg to lay along, drawing that right knee in. You can flex the left ankle, you can flex the right ankle, or maybe if you like rotating the ankle around, you can do that again. Just drawing that right knee in. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Now we're going to bend that left knee. We're going to bring both knees in again. And then take your each hand underneath the knees and then just move your legs around so you're making some circles. It feels like your knees are coming in and out, but you're also really opening up your hips here. And then we're going to move them in the other direction. And then we're going to come back to center. We're just going to have a little fun here. We're going to hold on to our hamstrings and rock and roll yourself a few times forward and back, just giving your massage a little spine. It's going to take one more seated pose before we come down onto our back to start to end our practice. Now we're going to just lay our legs long. You can flex your ankles. And then on an inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, bringing that belly button down towards your thighs. Fingertips to rest on your legs. If you want to just get some length through your spine, you can do so. Just hinge at your hips. If you want to round your spine, feel free to do that. Bringing the forehead down towards your knees. Just do the best you can here. We're lengthening out the backs of our legs. We're lengthening through our spine. We're starting to turn a little bit more inward as the practice comes to an end. And take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale. coming into your deepest fold here. And then we're going to start to breathe ourselves back on up. We're going to bend the knees once again, hold on to your hamstrings and slowly bring yourself down onto the earth. Drawing your knees in one more time, giving them a nice hug. And then we're going to bring our feet down to the earth. We're going to open our arms to a T. Open your feet so they're at least hip distance, maybe a little bit greater. And we're going to just kind of tick-tock the knees from side to side. Just kind of going at your own pace, allowing your spine to give a little twist. You can inhale as you bring your knees in, and then exhale as you take them over to one side. And then if you want, just take them one more time to each side. And then we're going to bring the knees back into center. And then we're going to bring them in towards us once again. And then we're going to start to lift the legs up towards the sky. See if you can align your ankles, your knees, your hips, your arms can be alongside you or open out a little bit wider. Always have a choice of putting one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just see if you can flex your ankles, bringing the toes down towards your nose, the soles of the feet reaching up. So here, just a little inversion to allow the energy from our feet to come back towards the heart. Find the back of your head, your shoulder blades, torso, and hips resting on the earth. Just feel your breath moving in and out. Just find that soothing cycle of our breath to keep us in attention and focused. And then just take a bend to your right knee, bring the sole of your right foot to the earth and lay that leg long. Bend the left knee, bringing that left foot down to the earth. Lay that leg long. Bring your arms up over your heart and then bring them over your head. Point your toes, reach with your fingers, and then walk your feet, your legs over to the left. And then bring your arms over to the left. So feel like you're making a crescent moon with your body and just feeling a nice stretch along the right side body. And take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale. And then walk your hands back to center, your legs back to center. And then we'll take the legs over to the right. And then the arms over to the right. So our second crescent moon. Just breathing in. And breathing out. And then we're going to walk our arms back to center. Take our legs back to center. And we're going to prepare for our Shavasana, our final resting pose. To bring your arms down alongside you. You can open them out just a little bit, like 45 degrees. You can even open up your legs a little bit. This should be comfortable. So if it's not, you can bring your legs up the wall. You can bend your knees, bring them to the edges of your mat. Allow your knees to move in towards the center and hold each other up. You want to cover yourself up. So we're just going to be here for a few minutes, just giving our body a little rest. This is our gift to ourselves for engaging in our yoga practice. And just connect with your breath.
And just use your cycle of breath to draw your attention inward and give yourself a few moments of rest. Just staying here with me, I'll guide you out of Shavasana. So gently take a bend to your knees, allow the soles of your feet to rest on the earth. Just slowly roll onto your right side. You're wiggling your fingers and your toes. Become a little bit more aware of your surroundings. And when you're ready, use the strength of your own body to bring yourself up into a comfortable seated pose. With your eyes closed, we'll bring our palms together at our heart center. And we'll just end our practice with the sound of Om, the universal sound energy that we can send out into our world. So take a nice deep breath in. And with a slight tuck of your chin, bring your forehead down towards your fingertips and allow your ego to bow to the beauty that rests inside of your heart. Namaste. Well, thank you all so much for being here and practicing with us and with the Wayland Library.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you again. I hope that you all just feel a little bit more relaxed and calm and centered and can just transition easily into a nice restful sleep. So thank you again.
Nancy.
Thank you very much.
You are so
just-
welcome.
Wonderful.
I want to mention that I did put in the chat Nancy's websites and also the message that if you have signed up for this session, you'll automatically get the link for the next session. If you didn't sign up and you want to join the next session, it'll be on the library events calendar. If you go to our homepage and click on events, you'll find it. It's February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
What a great gift we can give ourselves.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for everybody. And thank you again, Andy, for being here. And see you
Thank you,
next
Nancy.
time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to end the meeting for all.